Highlander fans, and welcome to GoHighlanders.com coverage of the 2010 UC Riverside volleyball team. The preseason is in full swing, and the season opener is quickly approaching, so we sat down with head coach Ron Larson to get his take on the upcoming season. Before we get into the 2010 season, let's take a quick look back at 2009. Did last season turn out the way you expected, and what does this year's squad carry forward from a year ago?
Well, I think last year we were in a growing process. We were trying to learn how to develop into a team, and trying to bring in the right culture and change the culture that had been established by the players in the past. I think that we accomplished what we were trying to do. Our culture changed, we competed, we played hard, and I think that we started getting some things in place for this year. I think this year the people who are returning have a better understanding of how we want to play the game. They have a better understanding of the fundamentals of the game, and we're hopefully going to be able to master those a little better this year.
There were 6 seniors on last year's team: middle blocker and outside hitter Kelly Quinn, setter Brittany Murray, middle blocker Angela Pizzella, outside hitter Dominique Cowling, outside hitter Tanbar Upele, and libero Amanda Nielsen. Who replaces their contributions in the lineup this season?
Well, I think we have some people that are coming that were returning from last year. Kelly Simpson should be able to step in and be a good outside hitter for us. I would expect to see Savannah Thomas also be able to step in, and so I think those two will replace our outside hitters. Bianca's returning in the middle for us from last year. I think she'll be helpful. Shelby LaDuff is coming back from last year, so she was our starting opposite, so she'll be there. I think where we're going to try to get the most help will probably be in our setting where we have 2 transfers that came in, and we'll find out which one of those rises to the top.
And you have a lot of newcomers this season. You mentioned a couple transfers, like you said. Which of those players can we expect to see make immediate contributions on the court?
Well, I think that Amanda Villapando, who is the outside hitter who transferred in from Riverside Community College, I think she can have an immediate impact. I think Courtney Wibachensky will also be able to contribute. She'll be a setter for us. She transferred in from Texas A&M. I think those two very clearly. And then I think, we have some freshmen that have transferred in, that have come in. Chelsea Arnitz, I think she'll be helpful, and she'll be definitely somebody who's going to either get significant playing time in the middle, or she'll be backing up a lot of the time.
The season opener is about a week away. What have you learned about your team from practice and inter-squad scrimmages?
Well, I think the thing that I like the most is that we're holding on to some of the changes we've tried to make, but more importantly, I think we're learning how to compete, because I know that in practice, they compete hard for every point. They're always talking about how can they score. And so I'm pretty excited with that prospect. I think we're learning how to be competitors.
Fresno State is the opponent in the season opener, Friday, August 27th at 7 p.m. You have 7 matches this year against teams that made it to the NCAA tournament last season, including 3 of your first 6 contests. What would you say is your philosophy in terms of scheduling your non-conference opponents?
Well, I think when you schedule a non-conference, we have 4 tournaments, so that's 12 matches. I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to schedule so that we have some matches that are maybe an overreach for us, who are against maybe these people who played the NCAA last year, the tournament. I think we're trying to get some that are equal to our ability, and we'd like to have 1 or 2 that aren't as good as we are. So we have some kind of an even balance, so we have a better chance of understanding exactly how we're going to play.
Are there matches along the way that you look to as benchmark matches, those that are going to give you the best idea of how things are going prior to the start of Big West competition?
I don't know if I look at any as benchmarks. I think what I look for is that from tournament to tournament, we're continually improving. From match to match, we're improving. From game to game, we're improving. So there's a steady increase in the way we're able to play volleyball. So I'm looking for just to show that we're making the right progress each time.
The Big West Conference Coaches Poll came out last week, and Long Beach State is picked to finish first in the league. They won the conference in 2008 and 2009. Why are they the favorites again this year?
Well, I think when they've got a rich tradition. They've won some NCAA championships. They've won lots of Big West championships. I think when you have a team like that, of course they're going to be the favorites. You know, they have history on their side. And until somebody comes there and beats them on a continual basis, they'll continue to have history on their side. So I think right now they're obviously the right team to be first in the conference, or thought of as first in the conference.
And who do you think in the conference is going to challenge them this season, and where do you see the Highlanders fitting into that mix?
I clearly think that UC Irvine can challenge. I think they've got a good team. They've got lots of players, a lot of returners. I think that UC Santa Barbara has a rich tradition. I think they have a lot of good players, and they get good players coming there. Those two particularly. And then I think also on an outside shot, I think might be Cal Poly. I think Cal Poly was pretty young last year, but their coach John Stevenson gets them to work hard and get after it. So I think they'll be pretty good. And then maybe UC Davis. They kind of came from nowhere last year and had a really nice season. And I think they're returning most of their players.
And where do you see the Highlanders fitting into that mix?
Yeah, you know, I think if things go correctly, if we keep improving like we're improving, I think we can be in the mix somewhere. I think I for sure think we can compete in every match. I think we can make people work hard. And then it's just a matter of whether we can learn how to finish and learn how to win the match that we need to win.
And finally, when November rolls around, if the Highlanders are preparing for a first-round NCAA tournament match, what will have been the keys to the team's success along the way?
Well, I think first and foremost we'll have learned how to be a team, and we will have understood that this sport is about a team and not a bunch of individuals. I think that'd be the first thing I would learn. And then secondly, I think for us to be there at the end, we have to have learned how to master the fundamentals, and have also learned how to side out at a high efficiency level.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Good luck next Friday in the season opener and throughout the 2010 season.
Thank you.
The UC Riverside Volleyball home season gets underway on Friday, September 24th at the Student Recreation Center as UC Davis travels to the Inland Empire for a 7:30 p.m. start. General admission tickets start as low as $4, and undergraduate students are admitted free with their school ID. For additional information, please visit GoHighlanders.com or contact the Athletics Ticket Office at 951-827-4653.